Hello, friends, and welcome to the wonderful world of talking with famous people. I'm your host Eric, and I'm live streaming. Why are you live streaming, Eric? I don't know. I spent so much the last couple of days mad. I kind of like being in war mode for a little while, but I don't like being in war mode for a sustained period of time. Hey, Legend Fall. Well, my stupid realtor. So I called the realtor down here, Dean, who I don't have a problem with at all. And I told him these are Janet's three options. She can pay me $10,000 to extract herself from the listing agreement and be removed from this deal entirely. She can guarantee me that she will sell this house for the listing price of $1.15 by guaranteeing me that she will buy it if she fails to do so. Or she cannot choose either of those options, in which case I will do everything in my power to destroy her. I'll report her to every agency I can think of for every possible malfeasance I can establish. Try to get her license taken away, etc. So, yeah, she's ESTJ. Benefactor beneficiary. Works for fine when she's benefiting me. Doesn't work so well when she's trying to fuck me. Very bad idea. So anyway, and I conveyed to Dean and tell her, do not contact me. Simply convey to me which option she chooses through you. A, B, or C. He copied and pasted that text to her. And then the stupid woman shows up knocking on my door. I'm screaming at her, go away! Because she wants to try to wriggle. She's got three options. 3. She gets to choose A, B, or C. Well, I told Dean, I'm like, don't talk to her broker yet. Well, what I said to him is, Dean, listen. Because he's like, I can talk to my broker and make sure that she knows what's going on. And I'm like, Dean, listen. It's not your job to destroy Janet. It's mine. And most importantly, if she chooses A or B, she's choosing to not get any consequences other than A and B, A or B. And I'm not going to then fuck her if she has any shred of intelligence and chooses A, which is what I want her to choose. She can bring me a check for $10,000, remove herself from the listing agreement, and we're all settled. I did something very dumb this morning, but it's not my fault. I DoorDash McDonald's. Good for me. But my phone never made that sound it just made, like it's supposed to. And I didn't have any texts. So I was like, I guess that DoorDash order didn't go through. So then I just said, fuck it, I'll just get a couple of coffees from Pete's. I don't really need the food anyway. So I DoorDash an order from Pete's. And then all the texts come through. Well, I am so nice and easygoing, right? Just don't fuck with me. That's all. Don't try to fuck me. Especially if it's clear at some point in this process that, oh, you think I'm an idiot. That's gonna make me so mad. Every time. Oh, you think you're going to outsmart me or something. Unacceptable. So now she's in a world of fucking hurt. I gotta go get the coffee creamer from the car, of course, because I hate this so much. Like, I can't just start a pot of coffee when I get up. It's like, where's the coffee pot, you know? Whereas before I can get the coffee creamer from the car, I'm going to have to get some keys. There's not even that much coffee creamer left. How sad for me. Yeah, there's some shady people out there for sure. But Janet tried to get shady with the wrong guy. Delicious. Delicious McDonald's coffee. I really like McDonald's coffee. You gotta go with your gut and not get pushed around by commission-hungry salespeople. Well, the thing is, I don't mind her being commission-hungry if she's trying to sell my house for the most possible money. That's how it's supposed to work, right? I mind her being commission-hungry when she's trying to buy my house for the least possible money. I didn't hire her to do that. I didn't say, hi, I'm looking for someone to buy my house for the least possible money. Right, well, yeah. Lemon Mound, what you say makes perfectly good sense there. Obviously, it's a little different if you're buying or selling. We're getting such a good deal on the house that we're buying that there's not even any issues about that, you know. Happy 2023, Grunt Core. Grunt Core. You're a Grunt Core. And the core of you is Grunt. Right down to the core. If you peel Grunt Core all the way down to the core of him is Grunt. Well, thank you, Grunt Core. Easiest death I've ever experienced. My mom took such a long and horrible time to die that by the time she did, it was just like, phew. Oh, I see. It's not just your non-grunt with a core grunt. You start off as non-grunt, and it gets gradually gruntier until you get to the core as pure grunt. Gradually gruntier. That's a good way to describe the progression of a thing. Your id all the way down. And I'm ego all the way up. Oh, God. Why did I start this stream when I have one cigarette left? Two. Okay, I have 2 cigarettes left. Well, I'll try not to do that, Oplamo. I do have another 2 coffees coming because DoorDash didn't send me the text after I ordered McDonald's, so I thought the order didn't go through. So I said, fuck it, I'll just get coffee anyway. And then when I ordered Pete's Coffee, then all the texts came through, McDonald's and the Pete's. Now I ordered DoorDash twice this morning. Because you want to tell us how the world works by smashing a square into a round hole? What question is that answering? Am I a DoorDasher? Well, for the duration of my time in Los Angeles, you know, living in a house where we really can't live in it because it has to be all pristine to be shown to people. You know, it's like the setup I have right now is not acceptable for the house to be shown at all. I've got this stuff like this. Before the house gets shown to anybody, oh, why are you streaming? You know, the reason, probably the best answer to why I'm streaming, that big fake plant needs to go on this table, and then this has to be moved back, and yada, yada, yada. The reason I'm streaming is because I always need to talk out my feelings and stuff. I have to complain about things. I have to say why I'm mad. I have to, yeah, you know, all that stuff, Eric-y stuff. But the only way I know to deal with things that involve emotions I may feel those emotions because the world is inefficient. But I'm probably live streaming because I'm feeling those emotions really, rather than inherently because the world is inefficient. Many of my negative emotions are about myself being inefficient. A lot of times, like not being able, like this DoorDash thing this morning. Like, God, Eric, what? I could blame DoorDash, but basically I didn't trust my memory. You should have an EHP wife, because if you did, you'd be able to feel very useful. How did a cognitive function match of INFP and ESFP work? Let's see. Let's see. SCFI. Oh, it's supervisor, supervisee. ESTP supervises INFP. So it's a much more comfortable relationship for the ESFP than it would be for the INFP. Although both of them are comfortable with their roles, much more so than, say, benefactor and beneficiary. I still don't think it's really a good romantic relationship, supervisor supervisee. Be like me dating an ISTP, or like me dating an INFP who supervises me, and that was not good relationship at all. So it's like the relationship I have between an INFP and an ENTP would be the same for the INFP and ESFP, except the INFP would be in the disadvantaged position. So, I'm feeling battle fatigue. Battle fatigue is a problem I get when I'm having to battle too much. I'm not even on any amphetamines. Sure could go for some amphetamines. Those would be nice. But today, we've got something very exciting happening. In fact, it's happening in just 2 hours and 15 or 20 minutes. Can you guess what it is? It's very exciting. Well, you think about it for a second. I'm going to turn the camera around and I'm going to smoke a cigarette. Don't worry, you'll still be able to see me. That's why I'm turning the camera around. There's trouble. What's weird about this arrangement is I can't see me. I'm used to wherever I am, it's like I can see the screen or whatever. I just have to assume that you can see me. Well, you could be a little in trouble. Troll's in a little bit of trouble because guess what he decided to do last night in the middle of the night? Probably because he was mad at us, I guess. He took a shit right in the middle of the bed in my dad's old bedroom, which was originally my old bedroom. So I'd get in the middle of the night and start laundering. Of course we don't have laundry detergent. Oh, hey, I forgot I was live streaming. Oh, that's funny. I totally forgot I was live streaming. That's just my backyard here in Los Angeles. You're gonna say that a lot more when we move into our new house. I think Lemon Melon's got it right on the nose there. INXP would sometimes enjoy the SE from ESXP, but usually find it too much. I think that's right on the nose. You get 5 points for being right, Lemon Melon. Once you've accumulated 50 regular points, you can convert them into 1 meta point. Well, it's just that SE Polar doesn't like the 2 military planes were flying over. I'm not good at identifying what kind of planes or what, but they were skinny planes with long sweeping wings. And I expect them to fly by, but not right now. They're supposed to fly by over the Rose Bowl when the Rose Bowl time comes. Why they're waking everybody asses up at 8 in the morning, that's beyond me. I'm awake, so I don't care. Where Capilla is concerned, it's okay. It's okay, baby. It's just the U.S. military providing a show of might. Yeah. If I were good at knowing what planes look like, which planes are what kind of plane, then I could tell you what kind of planes those were, but I don't know about that, so. But they were definitely military planes and not commercial planes. I do know that much. They were cool looking planes. Quite loud though, huh? It's like somebody put a muffler on those planes already. Can you imagine if my car were that loud? Boy, people would really complain. So I guess maybe they're practicing flying over the Rose Bowl? I don't know. Yeah, well, Jeremiah Fix, when I lived in Laverne, there were 2 weekends a year where they held drag races at the at the LA County Fairgrounds, which is very close to our house. And during those weekends, they started at fairly late in the morning and ended fairly early in the evening. But during those days, it would just be like, you hear the drag racers, they're hugely loud engines, and they go. It makes me think, man, first of all, we're like a couple of blocks away. How loud must it be in those stands? I tell her I appreciate her all the time. She knows how much I adore her. We're FE people, Sean Ryan Barron. She knew I wasn't mad at her, so it didn't bother her. We're a great team, you know. We love each other so much and tell each other that so much and have so no conflict. It's incredible. It has to be the best relationship in the history of the world. I know here I am. Being somebody who has done plenty of audio recording, I can tell you that would suck ass. The Hells Angels moved their clubhouse into the suburbs of New York and pissed everyone off with their motorcycles last year. Well, there's that great episode of South Park that I really like. About the loud motorcycle people. But yeah, it does seem a little early for them to be pulling that shit with the planes, right? 8 a.m. on January 2nd, observed New Year's Day. That's weird, weird for me. The way that yesterday, even though it's January 1st, it's full of nothing but professional football games. That's just really weird to me because January 1st is a college football day. Well, no, we just moved January 1st to January 2nd this year. What? Just because it's on a Sunday? Okay. Happy New Year's Day, even though it's January 2nd. This isn't New Year's Day. USC should have played its football game yesterday, not today. But I can live with it because the good news is now I still get to watch the USC football game rather than have already watched it. It comes on at 10 o'clock today. Probably 10:30. Like the time on the ESPN schedule thing, I think says 10:15, but that probably means it won't actually start till 10:30. But what about all those Jews and Seventh-day Adventists? Well, that would eliminate Saturday and Sunday, right? I mean, they can all go fuck themselves because we need football. Drugs are bad, okay? Can you imagine if we couldn't have football on Saturday and Sunday because of some dumb religious reason? Ugh. Saturday and Sunday are football days. Everybody knows that. Except other countries. But they don't matter. The important thing is America. Where football is played on Saturdays and Sundays. Only this year, Monday counts as a Saturday, basically. Today is the Saturday of Mondays. Yeah, I thought this was America. Right, well, it's like the peacocks, you know. I can't shoo them away without breaking the law. But I can shoo people away. No problem. Are you shooing those peacocks? How dare you? If they want to sit on your deck and shit all over it, that's their prerogative. To which I say, duh fuck. They're just lucky I can't find my air pistol. If I could, I'd shoot them with it. Pew, pew, pew. BB, BB, BB. It doesn't penetrate their skin. It just makes them squawk appealingly. Squawk! Oh no, somebody's molesting me. Don't molest the peafowl. Hockey is pretty great here I am, actually. I'm a rather Johnny-come-lately to hockey. Not a sport I watched as a kid at all. My parents weren't into hockey. My dad wasn't into hockey. But playoff hockey is so fun to watch. It's crazy. The thing I love about hockey is the officials largely stay out of it. It's not like every little thing's a foul, you know. Pretty much you have to commit assault with a deadly weapon to get a foul in hockey. And when you do, you gotta go sit in the box for 2 minutes. The thing I hate about basketball is the way that fouls are dealt with. You have these end of game nightmares where it's a succession of free throw attempts. Like, oh, come on. Will you guys just play basketball already? Oh, hooray! Free throws. Just what I want to watch. Like, basketball, the officials have too much of a role in it. Football can get a little flag happy too, you know. But I kind of get it with football because football, you have to coordinate all these different moving parts precisely. And if you fail to do so, then you get a false start or an offsides or an ineligible man downfield or one of those kind of procedural penalties, you know. It's unavoidable that you're going to have a fair amount of those kind of penalties in football. the better the football, the more well coached the teams, the fewer penalties, you know? And generally, I think officials do a pretty good job of officiating football games. But I still hate it when you get a ton of laundry on the field. You know, it's like, okay, enough with the holding penalties and the meow penalties and the meow penalties. Hi there, Boba Fett. ITTP, ITTP, UTTP, UTTP, ITTP as well. We TTP. So, I went ahead and got myself a sandwich. I call it a sausage McMuffin with egg. Mmm. You're a little late to the party. Not that late. You did miss all the strippers and cocaine, though. They just left. Hi, Mac Daddy. We just finished all the cocaine, so okay, I just finished it all. Why am I pissed? I'm actually not pissed right now. I'm reflecting on being mad, which I have been for the last few days because this woman tried to fuck me. I don't like that. No, sorry. You know how it is with cocaine. You don't like it, but you're really greedy with it. Well, I've never tried to play. Well, that's my good realtor. He's in Mariposa. If you yeah, I could probably figure it out. I could certainly figure out this part. We can dance if we want to. We can leave your friends behind. Because your friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, well, they're no friends of mine. Yes, I have. I gave her an ultimatum, but I think I'm going to switch up my plan of action here. So, the thing is, I already have a Chinese tiger lady at my disposal. Her name is Chow Hua. She's Jeffrey's mom. She knows everything you can know about real estate deals and shit like that. She's not a real estate agent. She plays for the LA Philharmonic, but she's a tiger mom, so. She and Hui sold their house in La Crescenta and then had built this gorgeous home that they have right across the street from Polytechnic. Absolutely gorgeous home. Hui designed it himself. Like, worked with the architect to design it, and it's a stunning home. Absolutely gorgeous. Regardless, she plays violin and he plays viola, or vice versa. No, she plays violin, I think, and he plays viola. One of them plays violin, one of them plays viola. They both have, like, permanent hickeys on their neck where their violin sits. It looks just like a hickey. Anyway, we've become good friends with them over the years. Me and Rachel have, We went over to the house for dinner. They're so nice to us. They give us presents and stuff. I gave them, when Hui came over to give us a present of some chocolates and a check for some work I did for them. I was smart, and at the last second I remembered, hold on, I have a gift for you too. And I gave him a couple bottles of wine, which are probably fantastic, so hopefully they enjoy them. They're such good friends to us. They're so nice, I can't even believe it. Well, she has a day to think about it, but I'm going to actually contact Dean and say, okay, new plan. After I talked to Chow Hua last night. Chow Hua is going to go negotiate with Janet a solution in which Janet can still retain some portion of her commission or whatever. Some other portion of it will go to Chow Hua. And then Chow Hua will do her job, basically. She'll come along with Dean to show the house, and she'll talk to the Chinese people. And I'll just leave this all in Chow Hua's hands, who seems desperately eager to take it over from me. At a certain point after we became friends long enough, I had to just stop calling her Jeffrey's mom and start calling her by her name. Which, being a dumbass American, I refused to learn because it wasn't an American name. Us Americans, we're like, what's this funny foreign sounding talk? I don't know, can I just call you Joe? Yeah, I don't know. Chow Hua can negotiate it with her, and I actually want nobody to feel like they've lost completely, including Janet, because I don't want blowback from this. So, even though I'm a bit of a justice monster, I think I'm gonna pull back and ease up a bit on her on this one, just because I want to get the deal done, and I don't want to blow it up just because I'm so mad at her, So, a little later today, I will call Dean and say, all right, I'm sending Chao in to be my representative to negotiate with Janet, because I refuse to talk to them. Which is funny because I spent days having all these imaginary conversations in my head in which I'm yelling at Janet. And then when the actual shit goes down, I call Dean, tell him to communicate it to Janet, and tell her not to contact me. It was never my plan. Yeah, oh yeah, we know exactly where we're moving to. We're moving here. If you put that into Zillow, or probably just into Google, the Zillow listing for the house will show up because we're on a contingency buy. That means they're still taking contingency offers in case our deal falls through. So you can still look at it on Zillow. And somebody said it looks like Oregon. That's much more appropriate to say about our new house. Is that from our balcony it's going to look like Oregon because our backyard is like pine trees and redwood trees and shit, you know. And I do not want this deal to fall through. I do want that house in Mariposa. And I'm not going to let my being mad at Janet blow things up. Yeah, Snyder Ridge Road is this road that goes back all the way into the forest. And then, so it's like it comes in like this and then goes like this and back here. We're like almost at the very backest bit of it, you know. About as isolated as you can get out there. Without spending a lot more money than we're spending, you know. So we're getting a really good deal on that house, and I'm happy about that. And I don't want to blow up this existing deal. So I'm just going to have to let Janet kind of get away with her shit, I guess. But she's not going to be dealing with me ever again. Like, I don't want to speak a word to that woman. She can just stay out of my sight. She's not going to come here and show this house to people. Dean and Chadwa can do that. I don't trust her at all. I do not trust her as far as I can throw her. And even though she's a small Chinese woman, I cannot throw her very far. Wow. So anyway, Oh shit. Could you guys see me peeing out there? Was I in frame? Yeah, Cheyenne Baron, exactly. No, the backyard of our new house is a hill. It's a hill that goes down to this little shed, and then beyond that is just trees and forest. We can see our nearest neighbors on either side, but we're still pretty well isolated back there, you know. Yeah, Rachel really likes the house. I really like the house too. Well, I mean, it is the house we want. It's the perfect house for us. It doesn't have that much land because I don't want to really take care of that much land, you know. And a lot of properties in Mariposa have a lot of land. It's a gorgeous house. It's a new house, built in 2000, newish, you know. It's all set up for us, ready to move in. We don't have to do anything. It's less than half as much as this house. It's perfect. So I'm just not going to let that deal blow up because I'm mad. Even though she's a scoundrel. That woman is a scoundrel and a swindler. I hire her to sell my house for as much money as possible, and she tries to buy my house for as little money as possible. Talk about not getting what your job is. I guess I'll give Dean till 9 a.m. before I call him and inform him of my new plan. Have Chow Wa negotiate some kind of agreement with Janet whereby Chow Wa does Janet's job of actually physically being here and translating for Dean and stuff and talking to Chinese people, right? Because this neighborhood, what happens is this: old white people die, their kids sell the house to Chinese people. That is the story of this neighborhood. So you have to have a Chinese person and a white person usually, because the Chinese realtors think they need a white person to deal with the white people. I never needed a white person to deal with me at all, but that's fine. Dean's great. If you want to know what Dean looks like, all you gotta do is look at a picture of the USC Yell Squad. He's identical to every single one of them. He's so preppy in USC, it's insane. His license plate says USC, something on it. Like, he graduated from USC, he's a big SC football fan, you know. So, he and I have that in common. I liked that. And I told him early on, my dad would appreciate the fact that we got an SC guy selling his house. And that's absolutely true, you know. Anyway, I'll call him and tell him about my plan at some point here shortly. Yeah, I was outside. I was peeing over there on that bush, but I think most you could see was the back of me, probably anyway, because I was facing that direction, and I was fairly far away from here. Forget that I'm live streaming. That's just the Eric way, I guess. Toothless and retarded. That's what I'm going to call my one-man show. Toothless and retarded. The story of Eric. I'm tired of being retarded, you guys. Can somebody cure my retardation, please? I can never find anything. And I don't have a flashcard. I'm sorry, that's not retarded, that's deaf. My mistake. I made a mistake there. I got two different things confused. White, blue, southern style porches, plantation shutters are all popular, so now I have to dislike them. I believe our new house has plantation shutters. I don't know if we have that kind of southern style porch you're talking about, but I believe we do have plantation shutters, which is what I think it's called. They're the kind that are wood, you know, that they're not like this. They're wood kind. They're much better. Well, they're like blinds like this, except they're like made out of wood or something, and the slats are bigger. I don't know. I don't even really remember it that well because we only looked at the house one time, you know. We were sold, by the time we walked in and looked for 5 seconds, we were already sold on that house. We were like, yep, this is it. This is the one we want for sure. There's no doubt about that. When I called my guy in Mariposa and said we found a house we want on Zillow for $495, and I told him where it was, he's like, for $495? And he looked it up and he's like, holy shit. It's a really good deal. So, I'm just gonna have to. These are Venetian blinds, yeah. I don't like these. I don't like these kind of blinds. I declare these blinds GAY. And not in the good way. Not in the good homosexual way, but in the bad, oh my God, these blinds are so GAY way. Your gypsy wants fancy embroidered curtains. Sounds like a waste of money to buy. You know, it's funny, Lemon Melon. My Mariposa real estate agent also made a big deal about the plantation shutters, and I was like, at first I was just like, yeah, okay, those kind of shutters. But since I've been back here, I realize how much I hate these kind of blinds. So now I kind of am happy about the shutters. These kind of blinds are horrible. It's like every time I try to pull up those blinds over there, the blinds catch on this thing or that thing. It's horrible. This house is so dumb. It's the dumbest house in history. I wonder if I could bring you. Yeah, I could do this. I could do this. I gotta show you some of the secrets of history's dumbest house. Okay. I can do this actually because we're fully charged. I just unplug it. I can just carry the laptop. We might have a little bit of an internet problem when we get further away from the Wi-Fi broadcaster, but I want to show you just a couple of the incredibly dumb things in this house. Okay, good. Here's the refrigerator. Oops. Oh no. How about if I open the pantry door? Then it'll open, right? Nope. How about this fun one? This is Rachel's favorite because she does the laundry. We used to have top-loading washing machine. So these little doors here made sense. Now we have a front loader. Oops! Oh, you can't see because that thing's in the way. Let me show you. Just let me show you. Oh God! I can squeeze laundry through this little space here into the washing machine. Fantastic. Check this shit out. There's a door here. Oh great! These doors bang into each other. This house is so dumb. I hate it so much. Like my dad. Was like, you know what we need to do with our once beautiful backyard? We need to kill the gorgeous maple tree, put in these horrible fucking decks. What are those white things there? Oh, well, they're to hold lights. And then why do we have this incredibly dumb bush around it? I don't know. Because I'm an ESTJ, and I decided I wanted to get rid of everything good about the house and make it shitty. That gorgeous maple tree drops leaves on my lawn. Let's kill it. Right? How dare you drop leaves on my lawn, you gorgeous maple tree. You're just making chores for me. It's like, Dad, you don't have to pick up the leaves. They're fine where they are. Just let them sit there on the lawn. It's not like they're trash, it's just leaves. No. He wanted to build himself that back house, with so much shelves. Just shelves from the floor to the ceiling, and it's an extremely high ceiling. All along the wall. So that he could fill them with his myriad dumb objects that he had. His USC cups and his Muggity Meows and his... It's like, just throw all of that stupid shit away. Anyway. He's dead now, and he did a great job of making sure that I was going to be okay. And that Delilah was going to be okay. And we're very grateful to him for that. And I will never stop being mad at him for destroying this cool house with that remodel. It was so cool before he remodeled it. Now it's all GAY. But just look at those beautiful things over there. There's a pineapple, a pear, an apple. Gosh, I need all of those things to live. How could I survive in a house without this giant silver pear? Of all the things in the house, this is the one I use the most. I use it to get wax out of my ears. I use it to cover my forehead. Mediocre? This gorgeous pear? I mean, incredibly gorgeous and sophisticated, maybe. Okay, fine, Jeremiah Fix. If you aren't impressed with the pear, then surely this gorgeous apple will impress you. That wasn't a gourd lemon melon, that was a pear. And this is an apple. I use it as binoculars. Hi, Misfortune. Isn't this gorgeous? Don't you want this in your house? But how about this, though? Oh. Wow. What is this? It's a thing that goes on a table. Isn't it beautiful? I need this so badly. When I move away from here, this might be the thing I miss the most. Because just look at it. It's so purposeful. The paintings in here are so horrible. All the paintings they put up in this house are just like hotel paintings. They're just terrible, horrible, pointless nonsense paintings. These ones are obviously terrible. There's two of them that look very similar to each other. But the worst painting by far that they put up in this house is the one that I like to call Armenian Nightmare. Would you like to go see it? I will show you guys Armenian Nightmare, the worst painting in history. First, here's this dining room table, which actually looks rather nice, I think. But this is the painting I'm talking about. Ew! Ew! Could this painting be any more horrible? Ew! Hi, Eric Thor. How am I? Eric Thor, I am glad you are here. Let me tell you how I am. I am this close to just saying, yeah! Trying to sell this dumbass house, and they put all this dumbass staged furniture shit in here. These horrible paintings. Look at this horrible painting behind me. You think I would put that horrible painting up on the wall? No, of course not. I would never do something so dumb as that. And you know what I hate? Fake plants. I hate fake plants. Look at this horrible fake tree in the corner there. Why is it there? To hide the cable, which I pulled out. I hate fake plants. Either have a real plant or don't have a plant. Those should be the only two options. Fake plants are terrible. Yeah, selling a house is a pain. Especially when your lady realtor makes you furious at her by being a scoundrel. But I've got solutions in mind, I guess. C Drive. Indoor fountain? Actually an item I do like. Hi Lou. I do like to judge people for their bad tastes, for sure. And say, you have horrible taste in whatever. And if you don't want me to judge you for having horrible taste in whatever, then don't have horrible taste in whatever. Mac Daddy, you are correct. Oh, Janet, you fucked with the wrong person. I've got some, I wouldn't call it bad news. I'd call it mediocre news. I'm gonna have to go get more cigarettes now. And while I'm gone, I'm gonna have to ask you guys to please chat among yourselves. Now, I will put on some delightful music for you to listen to while I'm gone to the gas station to get cigarettes. And it won't take me a very long time because I'm just going to the gas station to get cigarettes. It'll only take me like 5 minutes. More like 10 minutes probably, but you get the idea.
The battles ever. Makes thought and the youth inside. When Piao is plotting a spiteful ride. When work produces nothing that's real. And playtime seems just like the peel of a life that has no fruit inside. Every impulse, run and tide. Run and tide. The battle's ever waging and the battle's never won. If you stop yowing, then the fighting's all done. Fight's been raging, though the war's no fun. If you're not engaging, then the fight's unwon. The battle's ever waging and the battle's never won. If you stop yowing, then the fighting's all done. And the fight's been raging, though the war's no fun. If you're not engaging, then the fight's unwon. The battle's ever waging and the battle's never won. Battle's never done. Fighting's all done and the fight's been raging, though the war's no fun. If you're not engaging, then the fight's unwon. The battle's ever waging and the battle's never won. You stop yelling, the fighting's all done. And the fight's been raging, though, boys. If you're not engaging, then the fight's unwon. The battle's ever waging and the battle's never won. Stop yelling, and the fighting's all done. Fight's been raging, though the war's no fun. You're not engaging, and you're not engaging, and you're not engaging, and the fight's unwon. To the undertown, Angeline in tow. For a secret unattended show. Under blazing blue and tropical skies. Angeline is stuck with you. She can't stand other guys. Stay running till the chase is done. Hide your loot and your tracks. You may have been born a son of a gun, but if you lie low, you might one day make it back. If she needs it, he will be you. She can't stand other guys. Stay running till the chase is done. Hide your loot and your tracks. You may have been born a son of a gun, but if you lie low, you might one day make it back. If she needs him, he will be there. Seems he's always nearby, he's always around. Angeline has this or another means to get by, get above ground. Stay running till the chase is done. Hide your loot and your tracks. You may have been born a son of a gun, but if you lie low, you might one day make it back.
I got my hose, I got my bins, I got my cats, and then again, I got my drugs and my gang and my strippers, all the same. I've got everything that I need. I'm rolling down the highway, moving at top speed, looking out for a reason to see a G. I got my hose, I got my gat, a super awesome conference. I got my clubs, I got my strippers, I got all kinds of fun stuff. Rolling in the Benz, down the highway super fast, going to another super awesome conference for Florida's natural grapefruit juice. Florida's natural grapefruit juice. Florida's natural grapefruit juice. Florida's natural grapefruit juice. Get your hose, got your gats, got your guns, got your bands. Don't forget your grapefruit juice, my friends. Seems like years that I've been pressing forward in this barrier area, which precludes me from progressing past this point. Every time I step on that, I learn just as little I know about what. Every time I step on that, I learn just as little I know about what. Seems like years that I've been pressing forward in this barrier area, which precludes me from progressing past this point. Wherefore art thou, Borneo? And wherefore were you Guam? What for did you get thorny, though? Did you have another fight with Mom? When so forth cometh that, and whosoever is that on its back. Every time I step on that, I learn just as little I know about what paranormal stuff. Every time I step on that, I learn just as little I know about what paranormal stuff. Every time I step on that, I learn just as little I know about paranormal stuff.
He's Gregory in disguise. He hates the lies, wants to confront the men, always telling them. But every time he tries, they only run and hide. Again he is denied, chance to yell at them.
So now he's Gregory in disguise. disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive, averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive, averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that bridge brings a new approach. Sneakily, he'll try to encroach up on the guilty. Then he'll finally get his chance to yell at them. He's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive, averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize he's Gregory in disguise.
Okay, I'm back. So, it turned out when I got to the gas station, I was about to get out of the car. I looked in the side thing of the door, and there was a full pack of cigarettes. I didn't even need to go get cigarettes. I had them in the car the whole time. I'm not being mad right now. I'm talking about the subject of being mad. And Miss Fortune, you are absolutely right. Basanti's ghost is a jam. And also, but just because I think something about an object doesn't make someone's intent bad. That's true. And the intention does matter a lot. And I suspect that Janet, in her unipolar insanity, thought she was trying to solve my problem rather than do her job, right? Her job is not to solve my problem. Her job is to sell my house for as much money as possible. Just because I'm complaining about how much I hate it here and how badly I want to get out of here quickly, is not, you are not supposed to use that against me to try to buy my house for as little money as possible. I'm informing you of that because you're supposed to be my realtor and you're supposed to represent my interests, and you need to know my vulnerabilities as a seller. Not so that you can exploit them to use against me. So, anyway. Well, the point is this. Yes, it would have been convenient in a lot of ways for the house to sell before it even lists. But you can't come into me and tell me before the house has even been listed for one day that the most we're going to get is the minimum we'll accept. And by the way, I'm the buyer. I mean, sorry. That's just not okay. In any sane universe, that's not acceptable. And yes, it would have sold quicker, but don't fuck with Eric. Do not fuck with Eric. I'm a nice guy. I'm not fucking with other people. I'm being abundantly fair all the time. So do not try to play me for some kind of rube. If you do, I will be very angry. And nobody wants to deal with me when I'm very angry. Because they are appropriately scared when I'm very angry. When I talked to Dean, I conveyed to Janet through Dean her options. But I slept on it. I'm going to backpedal and give her a better option than A, B, or C. Because I don't want this deal to blow up. I'm going to tell Dean, all right, Dean, fine. Listen, I'm going to have my friend Chawa be me from now on. She's going to talk to Janet. She's going to negotiate a deal where Janet pays Chawa some of Janet's part of the commission to do Janet's part of the job now that it's time to show the house to people. That way we don't have to interfere with the existing listing agreement at all. We just have to add an addendum whereby Chawa gets paid, and she can negotiate that with Janet directly. Chawa is chomping at the bit to take this over from me. She knows I can't handle this kind of shit. She's a good person. I like her very much. She and her husband and her kids are wonderful people. They are my heroes. They're wonderful people, and I love them very much. How do I know whether I'm INFJ or ISFJ? Flip a coin. Heads, INFJ. Tails, ISFJ. It's the best way you can possibly do it. If you always know when you are hungry and thirsty, if when it's too hot or cold you turn up or down the thermostat, then you're probably an ISFJ. INFJs will sit in an ice cold room until somebody else turns up the thermostat. The problem is this. She's already told me before it was listed that the most we could get for it is $1,070,000, which is what she was offering. So let's say she's involved in the selling process and she says, oh, we're not getting good offers from people. I have no reason to believe it. It could just be a ploy to get us to sell the house to her for cheaper. She's made clear that she has no credibility anymore. So she can't be involved in selling of the house because I won't believe a word she says. Everything that she says that's negative now is going to be framed as her self-interest trying to get the house for cheap. Whether it's true or not, you know? It doesn't matter if it is true that Chinese people are so superstitious that they won't buy this house for more than that because somebody killed themselves here. It doesn't matter if it is true. I won't believe it anymore and shouldn't believe it anymore because she's an interested party working against my interests as a seller. I mean, that just goes without saying, you know, you can't play both sides and expect me to trust you to represent my interests. No, I've never thought I was anything but an EHP. Winston's mom says, I've had at least 3 realtors who tried to pull the fast one on us. Conflicts of interest. They use pressure tactics to move the client, make the client feel uncomfortable, and then they try to slid under our interests. Well, I shared with her all of our information that I thought she needed to know because I assumed she was honest and representing our interests. Once it became clear, upon her making that lowball offer before it was listed, that she's more interested in maximizing her own profit than serving either me or her other realtor's interests, then she fucked up terribly, because you don't want to fuck with me. I get really angry and feel like determined to destroy your life, you know? I don't usually ever do anything, but when you fucked up badly and made me angry, you are scared of me. And you should be. Mac Daddy. God damn it. Unhide her. I'll do it. Mac Daddy, Mac Daddy, Mac Daddy. Mac Daddy is an ESTP. I am an ENTP. Mac Daddy accidentally hid misfortune, and I didn't. That's the difference. My daughter is an ESTP, and I'm an ENTP. What's the big difference? My daughter accomplishes things. That's the difference. My daughter accomplishes things, and her dad does a bunch of drugs. Fun. Good thing I got one person in the family who can accomplish things. It's not me and Rachel. ESTPs are great. They're not always buying things, and they are always going places and doing stuff, but they're not always. My daughter's not a big buyer of things. Rachel's more of a shopper than Delilah is. Fourth slot SE, it's like, it's soothing for INFJs to buy things. It soothes them in the same way that SI soothes me. So, Rachel's pretty good about not being too spendy. She likes to buy a lot of little things, so that's fine. If she buys something that costs $15 and we get a package every day, fine. If she buys something that costs $150 and we get a package every day, no. So anyway, she goes with option A. She likes to buy a lot of stuff, but she doesn't buy expensive things. She buys like cheap rings from Etsy and stuff like that. She has more rings than she knows what to do with, but that's fine. I always just think of that as girl stuff. I learned a long time ago that if you want to have a girlfriend or a wife or whatever, you have to accept that they're gonna spend money on dumb girl stuff. You just have to accept it. It's what girls do. They buy dumb girl stuff. You'd think they'd need one bar of soap. Oh no, not girls. They need 10 bars of soap, 12 kinds of shampoo. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I think some of your ESFJs and ENFJs are probably into products like that, like hair care products and shit. Well, who to pay? Needless to say, you're a woman that I would not be able to go out with because you don't like to go out with men. So that wouldn't, that doesn't invalidate my point. That one thing I've learned about going out with chicks or marrying them is that they're all into dumb girl stuff. Even my own daughter, who I tried so hard to train not to be into dumb girl stuff, is super into dumb girl stuff. But, you know, that's the cost of being a heterosexual male. Your woman's gonna buy dumb girl stuff. That's a much smarter way to buy things like this. But you know, Rachel and I are both S4th, so we have not good relationships with our sensory attention. That's why I can't ever find anything. I hate moving. I never knew I could hate a thing as much as I hate moving. I don't seem to like it at all. I never knew that anything could suck so much as moving. Yeah, it sucks so much. That's a good policy, Mac Daddy. Just buy food and drugs. I don't like actual things. They annoy me. Yeah, me too. It's just clutter. It's like that dumb apple over there. Like, why would anybody buy that dumb apple? Just because, like, there's a shelf you need to put something on or something? Oh my God. Oh yeah, I'm fine with it. Rachel looks rad all the time. You know, she's got impeccable taste in clothing and style. And I appreciate the fact that she looks good all the time. And I just don't seem to quite put two and two together that it's because she's buying all that dumb girl stuff, maybe. It's funny when a guy isn't aware a woman is lesbian and he's not getting anywhere with her and he doesn't know why and he gets pissed. I mean, that's strange. It's like, if I wasn't getting anywhere, I would just assume it's because chicks don't like me. I wouldn't assume it's because anything else. Well, I don't know. My daughter's not very much of an object gatherer. She does have that kind of irrational fifth slot SI thing where, oh no, you can't get rid of that family photo. Why? Because it has inherent value. Are you ever going to look at it? Probably. No, you're not, but you want to keep it anyway. Thanks a lot, fifth slot SI. It's like, I'm not very nostalgic. Just like, throw away all of these photos. But I can't because I feel an obligation to sustain the family archive of fucking billions of pictures. My ESFP real estate in Mariposa showed us a picture of his man cave. And talk about fifth slot SI. He moved to California when he was 18, but he grew up in Boston, and he's exclusively a fan of Boston sports teams. Celtics, Patriots, Red Sox. Doesn't matter that he's lived in California way longer than he ever lived in Boston. That's SI fifth. SI fourth, when I moved to Santa Cruz, I became a Giants and 49ers fan until I came back to Los Angeles. And we resumed being a Dodgers, and I think we didn't have the Rams at the time, but I was never really a Rams fan. I don't like pro football that much. I did like being a 49ers fan, though. That was fun. 49ers were good when I was in college. And the San Francisco sports fans are much better sports fans than Los Angeles sports fans. Los Angeles has the world's worst sports fans. In Los Angeles, the sports fans are so bad that, like, at the pro football games, people don't even know not to cheer when their own team is on offense trying to call audibles and shit. That's how terrible LA sports fans are. LA sports fans going to a Dodger game means arriving in the third inning and leaving in the seventh. That's what going to a Dodger game means in Los Angeles. You don't really go to the Dodger game. You just stop by the Dodger game. Eat a hot dog, go home. Watch a couple innings. And talk about fair weather fans. LA fans won't go see anything unless the team is winning massively. Even USC fans, who are a notch above the rest of the fans in Los Angeles, the Coliseum's half empty, even when we're renting, unless we're playing a big opponent, you know. Of course, the Coliseum holds a lot of people, but that doesn't seem to give Michigan any problems. You know, it's like Michigan will sell out the big house every fucking week. Not in Los Angeles. World's worst sports fans. I think that might be the case too. Winston's wrong about female ESPs being a little bit more conscientious, women in general being a little bit more attentive to being well behaved, because society kind of forces it on them a bit more, you know. Iconoclast is not a good adjective from society's perspective for when it's a woman. They don't get called an iconoclast. They get called a CUNT, you know? Are they making men more effeminate? Well, they're making me into a straight up, large-breasted woman. I'm becoming more and more that by the moment. This morning I woke up and I was like, is this a vagina? Oh my God. Where did my man parts go? They're making me so much more effeminate than I normally would be. I'm so mad at them. Ooh, you, them, they people. How dare you? Making me all girly. I was trying to be manly and then they made me all girly. What's going on here? I never agreed to these terms. Let's see what that looks like. That's pretty good. So anyway, now that I've become fully effeminate, I rub lotion on my labia every morning when I wake up to keep it nice and moisturized. I have got to find my air pistol. I hate those filthy birds so much. This is so trippy. I do not know how this is happening. But somehow I can see in this window here the reflection of my car in the driveway in the front. They put mirrors all around here, so somehow the light is bouncing from the car that's parked in the front of the driveway, and I can see it here.
You filthy chickens are lucky I don't have my air pistol. Oh, I charge you all so much. Horrible filthy chicken.
They're horrible, they're filthy, and they're not chickens. One thing I like to say about peacocks is they're perfect targets for an air pistol. But I'm so bad at shooting an air pistol that I can't even hit a peacock standing 5 feet in front of me. Okay. Trigger control, well, and maybe someday someone like Cameron will teach me how to shoot better, but I suspect it's just a natural deficit of mine that I'm just terrible at that. Focus on the front sight. Okay. I'll try. Unfortunately, I'm okay with missing. 8 months! What cognitive function does X use? Waiter, what do you want? X, wine. Waiter, water red. X red. Waiter, A, B, or C. X C. Waiter, 1/8 or 1/4. X 1/4. FI. You're just asking continually what you want. So the function is FI. I want this. If you're FI polar, it's probably more SI. I remember that I like this. But, and for you also, for you it would be FI, not SI. Because your SI is the most unconscious function for you. And you have FI as a conscious function. The real funny thing is when you ask an INFJ those questions. Like, the waiter asked Rachel, what do you want? She kind of looks at me like, well, what are you getting? Like, I'm getting this, but that's not informative to you about what you want, Rachel. But what do you really want in life, man? What does life truly mean? What are we doing here, guys? Let's talk about it for a couple hours. Life is complex and stuff, guys. Well, what I'm really doing here is getting ready to go poo. I do have to poo. I do have to poo now. And so that's my purpose in life for the moment, is to poo. Your purpose in life for the moment is to chat among yourselves while I poo.
Guys in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive. Averts his eyes. Doesn't want you guys to realize that
He's Gregory in disguise. He hates the lies, wants to confront the men, always telling them. But every time he tries, they only run and hide. Again he is denied, chance to yell at them.
he's Gregory in disguise. Hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive. Averts his eyes. Doesn't want you guys to realize he's Gregory in disguise. Hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive. Averts his eyes. Doesn't want you guys to realize he's Gregory in disguise. Hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive. Averts his eyes. Doesn't want you guys to realize he's Gregory in disguise. Hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive. He's Gregory. Yelling and kicking, stabbing everyone, killing and robbing, donating blood, running over everything that goes in the road. 'Cause they don't like it. I'm going to go to camp and take you to the place where I stab everybody that I see. These are my activities for my summer camp and week. Won't it be a lot of fun? Stabby, 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 stabby.
Can I have a box of Whippets?
A 50-pack? Here we go, Wendy.
I buy a crap load of Whippets and I hate whipped cream. Wonder what that could mean. Always sit down, putting up dreams, or you'll fall to the ground and you'll make a scene. I'm Wendy Whippets. Speed double peace fly. It's a hell of a life. Lots of nods, little stripe. Wendy Whippets has arrived.
Double P and Wendy Whippets invite you to sing along with our song. Like me, much more you see, like the B double P F A C E. I'm a baby pig and my face is poo. My name is Mr. Poop Face. Nice to meet you. What we need is a party in here. Dancing girls, music, drugs, beer, and baby pig poop face. And when did we in here?
Friends, despite the message of that song, let me tell you, you actually don't need to do that many whippets. If you binge on whippets hard enough, you will give yourself neuropathy. Yeah, it just fell right out of my butt. You're right. That poop was just an illusion. As soon as it flushed down the toilet, I said, that didn't even happen. Illusory poop. Human triumphs make my eyes leak. Me too. Well, I'll tell you what's kind of making my eyes leak right now. I'm between Crunchyroll seasons. There's no new anime out for me to watch until a few days from now when the new series start for January for their winter lineup. It's like, am I really done with Beast Tamer already? I gotta wait for the new Chainsaw Man to come out. I don't even know if that's done with the season. Maybe it's a sad, 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 sad day. Because I don't have any new anime to watch, and that is very gay. In the bad way, not in the good homosexual way. Well, I guess I better end this stream and call Dean and then Chawa and be done with that before the USC game comes on, because obviously that's priority today, is to watch the USC game, you know. Fairy Tale? Soul Eater's pretty great. South Park's not anime though. That's animation, but not anime. I don't even know what qualifies as animation. It's like some other kind of thing. Anywho, I guess I'll wrap this up. Thanks for being here, everybody. Can you legally stream yourself watching it? I could stream myself watching it, but you couldn't get any of the sound or sight of it yourselves, you know. Bye, everybody. Love you all. Thanks a lot for being here. You're the best. Don't you ever forget that.